Hey everybody, welcome back. We're looking at another build. We're looking at one of my personal builds. This is one of the ones that I just kind of put together myself. It's not like a cosplay build like I normally would show on here. I figured maybe it's time that you guys get a look at something that I actually use a little more naturally. Although, in all honesty, whenever I play PvP, I kind of work all of my builds in anyway, including the cosplay builds, so I don't really have a main, but this is one of the two of the mains. So let's go ahead and get into the build itself, starting with the head. We use the Casualty 44Z. The Casualty, main reason why we use this actually is the scan standby time is only 3.6 seconds, giving us the ability to pretty much constantly always be able to use the scanner whenever we need to. The scan duration isn't very long, and the distance is pretty good. The only thing is, if you kind of sleep on the scan ability, then you don't have very long before it comes back, or well, you don't have very long before you lose it. So it's kind of one of those scans that you don't want to kind of forget about. You gotta keep active with this scan if you're in an area that has a lot of cover. For the core, we're using the Knock Dryer. It's one of my personal favorite cores. Has the very decent generator supply adjustment and also booster efficiency, the best booster efficiency in all the cores, making it really nice for whenever you need the quick boost out of the way, and also just keeping it fast as well. Well, not keeping it fast so much, but, well, actually, no. The Knock Dryer is, in fact, one of the more lightweight, actually is the lightest weight core. But anyhow, enough of that. On the arms, we use the Knock Dryer arms. This is mainly only because of the firearm specialization. Recoil is pretty poor on it, so it's not like I could probably go a little bit more improved or balanced, like with something like the VP46S, or even better, probably the VP46D. But I'm cool with the idea of being able to always have my arms snap back on the target whenever I get right back within range. On the legs, we're using the Casualty 42Zs, the lighter of the three options on the reverse joints. Now, for personal builds of mine, you're gonna notice that I'm a reverse joint lover. I tend to just always stick with these, so here we are. And the main reason why I'm using these legs in particular out of all the three options is because it keeps me lightweight, keeps me able to try and dodge out of the way of those people who are using any chance to try and hit you as hard as possible and stagger you. If I can avoid being staggered, it's best. The other thing is, being a lightweight AC gives you a much bigger benefit on attitude recovery. So like if you end up getting staggered, you come back from staggered pretty quick. For our booster, we're using the Grid Walker, the BC0200 Grid Walker, mainly because it gives us really good upward thrust, and the reason why we want that is because this build kind of utilizes the ability to jump up, launch missiles, and then alternate jumping up and down. But I just wanted to be able to jump up really fast so that it's also kind of a dodging motion at the same time as an attack. Our FCS, we're using the Medium Range Assist King, the FCS G2 P05, the one that has the highest assist on the medium range, because right now I kind of feel like the game is at its peak at medium to close range. I could have gone with the FCS G2 P10 SLT, but when I was doing this, it just, for some reason, it was not seeming to work as well, even though the missiles are kind of where most of my DPS is coming from on this build. but I guess having those rifles hitting more often is just that much more important. And the funny thing is, it really just helps with gaining your initial lock on. It doesn't help with maintaining it. Moving on, we have the VE20A. Now this one we're using solely for the purpose of the fact that it gives us the highest boost speed of the options of generators that we can use that will power this AC. Now that doesn't mean, like, there's not very many AC or generators in this list that are underpowered here. Like, I can even use the Yaba here. It's just a little bit slower. And the expansion, I use the Assault Armor because I like it. Moving on to the weapons, this is going to be a pretty simple part because I kind of power stance both the weapons. We have dual scutters, boom, boom. I just enjoy the scutters. These are kind of one of my personal favorites of the guns in the game, of the options. And then on the missiles, I kind of got a little bit curious about the dual missile launchers that Meeps was kind of talking up in one of his videos about how to use missiles. Shout out to Meeps Garage, link in description. Thank you for teaching me how to use these missiles more properly. But I'm dual stancing these as well, as you can see here. 2 of them on the back. And that's just mainly so that it keeps it nice and simple. You know, the KISS system. Keep it simple, stupid. All I have to do is hold my triggers as long as I'm within range of my guns, and occasionally jump up, launch missiles, boost past them to try and continue breaking them. Always be moving and changing my direction so I can never keep them able to hit me very easily, and any chance I can, switching up, either going over them while shooting missiles or going under them while shooting missiles. That is pretty much how the build works right there. Hopefully I remember to put the build description or build code in the description of the video. If I don't, give it a little bit of time. I will eventually realize I was a dumbass and I forgot, and in the meanwhile, you know, just check back every once in a while. You don't have to necessarily watch the whole thing again, just see if the build code managed to get put in there. Otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna subject you guys to the trainee battle anymore. I won't force that guy to die so much anymore. Instead, we're gonna look at a little bit better fight, and then we got a couple of PvP battles. Enjoy.
Main system activating combat mode.
Let's get started, Raven. Astrocrone's pilot, Karl King, has an 89.6% mission success rate. His reputation for finesse is such that he's advertised as the ideal mercenary. Umberox is piloted by Chartreuse, an aggressive bulldozer with unrivaled firepower. Those who've seen her at work call her an unstoppable force. Intercept the 2 targets.
You must be Raven. Not a name I expected to see attached to a hostile AC. You know our priorities, Chartreuse. Let me deal with this.
Give me a break, King. That bossy attitude of yours doesn't do you any favors.
This is more of a challenge than I'd anticipated. I haven't seen anything like this since... There's more to you than meets the eye. You might not be so different from the other Ravens after all.
Oh, get off your high horse, King.
2 repair kits remaining.
You're strong. Worthy of your name.
Wait, picking up another AC.
Do you read me, Raven? Your imposter must go on a raven's wings.